on, Mocha. Alright, hi, Gaye, DeRusso, the Majestic rider, here today with Mocha. Just showing her new owner some stuff, and hopefully this mic is working. So I have the mounting block in the corner. That's usually where I get on. She's usually good anywhere, but it's always good to start where they're going to be good. So it's good to put the mounting block in a corner because it kind of blocks them, but I usually pull her up anywhere, and I just pull up on it and she comes right over. Good girl. And then when I get on, it's best to get on with a little shorter rein when you don't know the horse. And then I hook in my vest and I just stand here. If you start walking off, you'll teach the horse to walk off. So it's just good to come and stand. You could give a cookie if you wanted, but you don't have to. All right. And again, this is just what she knows. You can change it up, but just so you know what she knows. Okay. Then I come stand in the middle for a minute. I check my girth because mares like to blow up and fake you out. So just a little loose, not too bad, but we're just in the arena, so it's okay. Then I do the lateral flexion where I just turn their head side to side. So that helps me to make sure I put it in the bit correctly and I didn't do something goofy. So I just side to side. I just gently pull, just pulling like with one finger, so not very hard. Also make sure they're feeling okay to get day and their neck isn't giving them any kind of problems. Then I like to walk circles. I do carry a whip with her because she can get slow. Can't you? So it's good to have something. You see, I also have spurs on. I occasionally use them on her, but not that much. Just having them on helps. So she knows how to bend. Mocha sometimes will get her head a little bit too low. You don't want it too low like a Western pleasure horse. Okay, because then they can get a little heavy on their front end, and we're trying to keep more weight on their hindquarters. So you can always put it down and stretch out, but you're trying to otherwise not let it get too low. Each horse has a good side and a bad side. She leans in a little to the right, so everything you do to the right in the arena, you want to do a little extra, like more circles to the right than to the left, and that will make her more even. Many trail horses are like that because people are always doing stuff on the left and not on the right. So this is my arena routine. I have it written down. It's on my website. I just gave her a little tap. She's like, I don't think I want to make any circles anymore. And you're like, yeah, you do. So don't let her trick you. She is smart. She will try little things like, I don't want to do it. And you're just like, yes, you do. And you just get after them and make them do it. Sometimes they won't test you at all in the beginning. It's a month after you have the horse, and then they stop and do something, and you're like, what's wrong with it? And you think, oh, if she pulls on the bit like that, you just slide your hands back and forth, okay? But you'll look back thinking, what the heck's wrong? And then they're just standing there. That's usually a sign they're screwing with you and they're trying to intimidate you. They've been testing you here and there all along and you haven't picked it up, and now they're giving you a big test, okay? So then I serpentine, so don't let her trick you. If she starts stopping or gets a little pinny-eared, it's usually just a test, and that's why it's good to carry a stick or spurs, so if they do test you, you're ready for it. Because sometimes if you have nothing, there's not much you can do. Okay. Now we mostly ride her on the trail, but she does know the arena stuff, but I haven't done it in a little bit, so it might be a little rough. So this is just a bending exercise, which is the serpentine. But you'll see when I get after her, she puts her mare ears back like, didn't really like that, Gaye. Oh, let's stop for a second because the earphones are falling off. Okay. All right. So then I go, you can stay at a slower walk if you want and just slow walk around. But I start pushing and I start going for a flat walk, which is the horse's first gait. And that's just going to be like a regular horse's extended walk. So think of a fast walk. How fast can you make them walk? And I just alternate my legs. If she's not responding, I might give her a little tap. She tends to be on the lazier side unless she hasn't been out or she hasn't been prepared. And then, of course, any horse can be a little bit more active. So your flat walk, you won't move much in the saddle here. You might feel a little back and forth, but it won't be much. And you'll it'll just be feel like a walk that's moving out a little bit. But even that walk sometimes will outwalk quarter horses. So when I ride with quarter horses, I usually make sure the horse is tired and prepared well so they're willing to go slow. And then I ride with them versus I take my horse that's energetic and ready to move out, because that's how gaited horses sometimes can be, and then try to ride with them. Some are lazier like her. She's a little lazy. But some are not. But she does have a nice little short stride, so she can shorten it up. I don't know why you're sneezing today. We are right by a flower field, so sometimes that's it. So you might feel weird things as they're walking around when you're not used to gaited, and what she does is she usually will flat walk, then she'll shorten her stride and do a very slow saddle gait, and then she'll go back to flat walking. Occasionally she'll trot. You'll know when it's a trot because it's going to be very bouncy, and if she trots, you just raise her head up, okay? If they're pacey, you're trying to get a little bit more relaxation. So if you're getting a little bump in the saddle and somebody says you're step pacing again, she's pretty smooth. But if you wanted to make it better, you could go over a pole, or you're just trying to get her to relax her neck and back, or go a little bit sideways like a leg yield or a shoulder in, and that can help separate their legs. Each horse is different. And depending on the terrain and how your saddle fit and how you ride, each horse is going to do something a little bit different. Even though they might do one thing with us, they might get there and do something totally different with you just because the terrain's different. Let's go over the pole. Now we're going to leg yield. When I leg yield, I'm going to keep it real basic because I never know what people know. Just pull your hands towards the fence, push with your inside leg on and off. And she knows how to do that pretty well. Okay, let's cut across, so we'll make it go faster. So you'll see I am pushing her. She got too lazy and you wanted her more hyper. You just feed them more sugar or grain, and they usually pep right up. Okay, so hands towards the fence, left leg on, and then off, and then on, and then off, and then on, and off. I take the leg on and off to reward them, and then also because in between when I say off, I'm straightening the horse. So that's her leg yield. Okay, so I usually do that 4 times around the arena. And then we'll do a little shoulder in just so you see it. So I bend them, look at the opposite corner, bent around my left leg, right leg pushes their shoulders off. And then I keep looking towards the opposite corner, get a couple of steps, and then go straight. That shoulder in confuses people a lot. It does take coordination to do it. And, she lives kind of over here. So if they're ever drifting towards the gate, you can slide the bit, or you can just wave the stick, just something to make them not want to be over here. If she pulls like that, immediately slide the bit back and forth so that habit doesn't come back. She used to pull on the bit a little bit because horses do that and people let go of the reins, and then what do you know, it becomes a habit. So that's her shoulder in, okay? All right. So if she pulls on you, again, I alternate my hands, but a little bit harshly to make it uncomfortable. So she associates when she pulls like that, she doesn't get relief. Instead, she gets something more miserable, and that's how you get behaviors you don't like to go away, is associated with something miserable. So breathe out, sit back. She stopped, and you see, I didn't even have to pull on her, but then she pulled a little on the rein, so I vibrated the bit. So now I'm going to back her up. I pull, release, and then I use my legs to steer and add a little bit of speed to it. Good girl. Then we're going to go forward. So backing up's a great way to get your horse to engage its hind quarter and then go forward from it. Very helpful if a horse is pacing. Just stop back up and immediately go forward. Don't give him a break. Now, of course, she wasn't doing anything bad, so she could have had a break, but we're trying to make a video and just get all the information in. But I usually back up 3 times each direction. So I'm going to stop again. So leg off, sit back. She stopped without me even pulling. Then I'm going to pull a little leg, release, pull, leg, release, pull, leg, release. Good girl. Now we're going to do our turn on the forehand. So right rein, right leg. Look the direction you want to go. Good girl. Now we're going to flat walk this direction. So you get the idea. Now, if they don't like the arena, some horses do, some don't. She's kind of in between, but she does test a little bit. I just reward them when they're being good, but I reward them away from the other horses, like down at the other end. And when I'm going to take breaks, I never take it at the end that their friends are at, which is over there. I take my breaks down where it's spooky or down where there's no horses. So they want to go to those areas. Okay? Now, her walk's not going to feel very fast to you, but again, if you're walking with quarter horses, once I get by the gate, I'll show you how much I would slow her down. But that's why it's helpful to get that horse's energy out first. Gaited horses are not bred to walk really slow. Quarter horses are, okay? So they're not quarter horses, but you can make them do it, but you exercise them first, wear them out, and then see how slow I can get her to walk if I just bring my energy down so I'm not pushing. She'll go pretty slow. But it's going to be much easier for the horse if you do that after you've gotten its energy out. Or if you're camping and it's tired, that won't be any big deal. But if you're not, then, they might be more excitable and walking out and forward. And if you keep holding them back, that just makes it worse. So it's better to wear them out by lunging or taking a ride by yourself first and then going with those other people. All right, so that's our circle. We got one more to go. Now, she's kind of, because I'm pushing her and she's slow in here, she's in and out of her flat walk and doing her saddle gait here and there, but a very slow one. That's okay. When you don't know gaited, don't worry about it so much. Just try to keep the same speed and keep a gait that's not bouncy, okay? That's where you start. It's better to go too slow than too fast because people will ride them right out of their gait past their speed, and you'll make it very bumpy, and then you're making it not so good for the horse if you got it pacing it under saddle. Okay? So you're trying to just keep it smooth, but keep the same speed. A lot of people let the horse just pick the speed, and the horse just keeps changing between slow and very fast. Don't do that. Pretend it's a car. Treat it like one. Make it go where you want to go and keep the speed that you want to go, okay? All right, so we're going to leg yield this direction. So pull our hands towards the fence, push on and off with the inside leg, which is my right leg. So you're always pushing with the opposite leg. It's just like you're pushing a ball. You want the ball to go over to the fence, you'd push it with your right leg in this direction. So we're going to do it again. And then right leg on and off, hands towards the fence. Good. Now I'm going to stop. So I just stopped riding, breathed out. Now I'm going to back up. So she's getting a little crooked. No. Mares are like, aren't you going to do the turn on the forehand? Not yet. Good girl. So sometimes they try to do stuff and I think, what are they doing? Oh, she's trying to turn. So I don't get after them and get mad because they're trying to do the right thing. I just go, no, not yet. We're not going to do that yet. Okay. So you see I'm very far away from the other horses. I'm going to back up. So pull, release, add leg the same time. Now we're going to do our turn on the forehand. So left rein, left leg, look where you want to go. Push their hindquarters around. Now she gets a break. Now I'm going to give her a little treat up at this end to make this end a good place. Good girl. Yeah, she's like, oh, finally. So she'll do the arena work. It's not her favorite thing to do, but she can definitely do it. A lot of times I do it after the trail ride to make coming home not so fun. But you can do it around the trailer or wherever you want. All right, so her next gait is going to be her saddle gait. She can do it very slow. She can do it fast. A lot of times she'll fall into a little bit of a step pace with it. And that just means the legs on the same side are moving closer together. It's still 4 beat, but it's a little closer together. So what Mocha does is sometimes she brings her head too low. Sometimes she brings it too high. So we're trying to get her at the right speed. So usually she goes best with her head kind of in the middle, like around there, and then I just push her a little sideways here and there. It's best to start slow like this. It'll kind of feel like a quarter horse's jog, and get it smooth, and then once you have it, then you can see if that horse can go faster. If when you go faster, they're then step pacing or pacing, then you can go over some poles, or if you're on the trail, go over some obstacles like some rocks or deep grass or mud. So let's go over a pole. Now she can trot too and canter. So if she canters, that's okay. Just half halt and bring her back. But if she trotted, just kind of hold her together and then push her with your leg, and then she'll come back out of that trot. Now she's just step pacing a little bit. It's hard because with Mocha and some horse, you can't feel it. It's not much. It's just a little tiny bounce in there. That's better though. That's a little smoother. Now, if you keep them in a circle, the reason I like to ride in circles, you get a little bend, and the little bend just helps separate their legs a little bit more to make it smoother. But you can ride all around the arena. On the trail, she's much smoother, I think. But if she, see that little bounce? It's not much. I just bent her a little bit. And then I'm soft with my hands. Her head can go down. You just don't want her leaning all her weight on it. You don't want that head getting below the knees. That's not good with gaited horses because sometimes they do drag their feet or they'll trip. She never has, but it doesn't mean she couldn't. So let's go the other way. There she's, oh, just a little soft bounce, okay? So we're going to go the other way. So we're going to back up. We're going to do the turn on the haunches. Now if she's not going, you can give her a little tap on the shoulder. And then we'll go this way. Okay. So now I woke her up a little bit, but she's got that little bounce to her. So I'm going to half halt and just turn her just a little bit to bend her around this circle and see if we can smooth it out. Now, Mocha will tend to cut in at times. She can cut in a little to the right, and she'll pretend she doesn't know what she's doing. She does. All mares do. But they're messing with you most of the time. So if she cuts in, you just push her over and get after her. With Mocha, it's better to be a little tough in the beginning. You can be nice on the ground, but under saddle, she doesn't do anything bad. But you got to stay on her case or she'll try to take over like many mares do. They're like, you don't know what you're doing. I'll just do what I want. So you got to get after them like, no, I didn't say to stop. No, I didn't say to turn. And just stay after them a little bit. And they might give you a little fight. You just be persistent. Don't be mean. And a lot of times the mares go, oh, you do know what you're doing. All right, I'll do it. And then if you give them a little treat or, good girl, it's so good, then they'll do it even more for you. Okay. So she's still step pacing just a little. Most people wouldn't notice it's much. But I'm doing a lot of shoulder in this direction because she needs it anyhow. Okay. Now it's harder to gait in the arena versus out on the gravel. That's why you'll see a lot of people out on the gravel. Okay. Because of the depth of the footing and there's little bumps in the arena. So a lot of times they're much smoother out there or much smoother on the trail. Okay. Now her worst thing that she'll probably try is just quitting or stopping and you won't know why. That's just her. There she's smoother. That's just her just testing. She doesn't do that on the trail. It's just in the arena. So we're going to get her all the way up here. And then we're going to stop and give her another break. So I just stop riding, then she can have her head. Okay? So you do little bits trying to make it better, trying to get them to do things. But with mares, you're not, yeah. She's like, okay, thanks, Gaye. You're not trying to fight with them. I don't give them treats all the time, every 2 seconds. But I'm just trying to make, hey, it's not that bad. Okay? Think of your friends that don't want to do stuff. All right. So in a minute, we're going to canter. When I canter, I half halt, I shift my weight to the outside, and then I ask with my outside leg. So I'm going to go to the right, so it'll be my left leg. She has a very nice canter. She'll go faster out on the trail. In here, it's not very fast. It's very nice. But she needs more work cantering to the right because they cantered a lot to the left on trail. So if you want to make her stronger, lots to the right cantering. And when you ask her if she picks up the wrong lead, you just try again. If you're not getting it, you can try a pull. But she'll usually just pick it up. But see, she's kind of fallen in, and I just hit her with my spur, and she just pinned her ears at me. And I was like, I don't care. So don't feed into it. All right, so she's doing a little saddle gait. That's okay. We can do it from the saddle gait. So half halt, shift your weight, left leg canter. Pump if she's not getting it. And there you go. So you just pump to get them in your rhythm. Now, once in a while, I'm giving a little half halt and then just my leg, and I'm keeping my weight to the outside to help her to balance because she wants to cut in. Okay? So there she just cut in. That's okay. I just put my right leg on her. To keep her going, I just squeeze with both my legs. So left leg, ask for the canter, and then right leg to push her over, and then both legs to keep her going. Now I can feel she wants to quit, so I'm going to quit before she does and give her a little tree. Okay? Then we're going to go the other way. Yeah, see? So you just do little bits of it here and there. These horses aren't used to cantering for hours like reining horses and quarter horses, you know. So we canter a lot on trail, but a lot of people don't ride them much in the arena. So a lot of them haven't done a ton in the arena. All right, so we're going to do another turn on the haunches. So let's start with a little back up and then push with our left leg. Hands are going towards the fence. Okay. Now this is her favorite lead, so this will be pretty easy. So you always work the hard side first and then the easy side after in case you guys are tired or you run out of time. So half halt, shift my weight to the right, right leg canter. See the ears? So some people don't understand mares. Some just do that. They have little attitudes. Just ignore it. Don't fight it. Okay? And lots of people feed into it. Something must be wrong with them. I'm like, no, not if they're like that all their life. That's just their attitude. Look at mares when they're babies and see how they act. Okay? Good girl. So I just stopped riding, and that was good. Good girl. So just a couple more things to show you. But you see how she's all perky now? If she's in severe pain, it's not going to change that quickly. So a lot of mares are misunderstood, and they probably don't know, you know, people are going to work them up and do weird things to them, and they're going to get put down if they, you know, think something's wrong with them. And a lot of them, it's just their attitude. That's just the way some of them are, just like your friends. Some of your friends are a little bitchy. Some of the mares are a little bitchy, some aren't. My mare's back and forth. She's bitchy and she's sweet, kind of like Mocha, but I think it's kind of funny. All right, so we're going to side pass. So we're going to go to the right. So I'm putting my stick in my left hand in case I need it. And we're going to pull both our hands to the fence evenly, not pulling back. And then I'm going to push with my left leg. Now she went a little forward, so I just half halted. Good girl. So just a couple of steps. Make sure you're looking up. And then try it again. So hands towards the fence. Good girl. Some of the times the gaited horses go in two parts like this because they're more flexible. They're not as stiff as quarter horses are. The farriers like them a lot usually. So see her just pull. And I just kind of alternated my hands and slid the bit. Like, don't do that. That's not nice. So we'll see. So I push my hands forward to give her a break when I know I'm going to do something again. But if she pulls on me or walks forward, I'm just going to correct her. So she started walking off. So I'm like, break's over. Good for me. Good girl. Okay, so she's got the turn on the forehand, turn on the haunches, side passes. And then let's show you opening and closing the gate. Okay. But Mocha's a good one to have a stick or a Rommel rein in the beginning in case she protests and doesn't want to do something. She's like your lazy friend laying on the couch. Like, really? You sure you want to do that? We're like, yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to pull it in, push with my left leg, look back at the gate. She does neck rein. Now my right leg, push her over, hand forward, closing the gate as I'm going in. Good girl. Good job, Mocha. Now this way she'll probably help me, so I'm going to do my turn on the forehand, switch my stick over, and I'm going to show you how she can help. Okay, Mocha, push. Push. You missed. Push. Good girl. Push. Mocha's funny. Okay, now we're going to shut it. So you know she knows how to do these things, so don't let her fake that she doesn't know. Because that's what horses do. They go, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, yeah, you do. I got a video with it in. So they will fake and test people, and I'm sure she's not going to be, you're going to do it. I know you are. Yes, she's like, I won't. Now, again, I have one little treat left, and I could give it to her. I don't want to give it at the gate by your friend, so I'm going to give it in here. But hopefully that'll help. It's nice to have some directions on the horse, especially with their attitude, so you know if they're screwing with you or not, because a lot of horses do screw with new people when they arrive. But that's Mocha. She's a great horse. She's a fun horse. Once you get used to her, you're going to have a blast. It's just those are the little quirky things she does, right? Those are little quirky things. And see, she's like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything bad. Huh. But she's a good girl. All right, and I hope you enjoy her. Remember to like and subscribe.